Nani?
Boss, that's just the way it is. It's not that we're not working hard. Look at the outside. There's no one. Then look inside. It's all our own people.
China's economy is in a slump and large shopping malls are empty. On June 24th, a media person from Shandong said that the shopping mall in Dongying where he filmed was the most empty shopping mall in Dongying. As shown in the video, no one is in sight in the large shopping mall. Some stores have been emptied, while others have locked their doors. A citizen of Qingdao City recently posted a video saying that he filmed the Carnival Hisense Plaza. The mall was awkward as there were fewer customers than staff. How could the business owners make money?
Carnival
Hisense Plaza is known as one of the most beautiful shopping malls in Qingdao because it's next to the sea. The mall has an area of over 140,000 square meters. Its location is excellent and it's one of the most high-end shopping malls in Qingdao. More than 80% of the mall is made up of international brands. The first floor of the mall sells clothes and jewelry, but it doesn't have much traffic. I haven't seen a single customer since I entered the mall. The only people I saw are sales clerks and salespersons. The environment of this mall is very good. I took the elevator to the second floor and turned around, but I don't see any customers. Recently, a short video circulated online shows a woman clerk in a large shopping mall in Guangxi shouting out to the camera. What she said speaks volumes about the current state of brick-and-mortar stores.
Nani?
Boss, that's just the way it is. It's not that we're not working hard. Look at the outside. There's no one. Then look inside. It's all our own people.
Guangdong netizen Ah Feng said the woman clerk had done her best. In such a big shopping mall, there wasn't a single customer, but all employees. The situation is the same in other shopping malls in China. I usually go inside the mall to mooch off the air conditioning, not to buy stuff. I don't buy anything because I have no money. I don't go to any offline stores except for haircuts. Some netizens say that young people nowadays can't find jobs. They are so anxious that they can hardly breathe. They have a hard time feeding themselves, so they don't have a lot of money to spend. On March 19th on the X platform, overseas China expert Cai Shenquen posted a message that the German Siemens subsidiary in Shanghai was ready to leave China after selling its business to a state-owned enterprise. He received a message from a friend that read, "The day before yesterday, a friend who works for Siemens in Denmark came back to Shanghai on a business trip. In a cafe across the street from the hotel where he stayed, we had a meal together and talked. He brought a few of his colleagues to Shanghai to do one thing, namely to sell Siemens to a state-owned enterprise, and then Siemens will completely pull out of China." He also revealed that not only did Siemens leave, but a group of upstream and downstream suppliers that used to serve Siemens, totaling 8 foreign enterprises, all followed Siemens and left China as well. Siemens has a quality control principle, that is, to never use local Chinese suppliers for parts. So Siemens basically brought in a chain of foreign suppliers when it invested in China. The finished Siemens products are directly shipped by sea from Yangshan port. In the past, on the highway leading to the port area, there was a continuous flow of container trucks. So many containers were piled up at the port that you couldn't see the end of it. But today, there are no container trucks on the road, the container yard is empty, and Yangshan port has little activity, almost like an abandoned port. The reasons that prompted Siemens to decouple from China are: first, the lockdown in Shanghai in 2022. Second, the Russian-Ukrainian war and the Hamas attack. The development of the world situation is unfavorable to all the industries operating in China. If one doesn't want to leave China today, one will lose the whole world tomorrow. So Siemens is determined to pull out of China. Cai Shenquen said foreign capital withdrawal is now a very common phenomenon. China's economic downturn, coupled with the implementation of anti-espionage laws, led to a massive exit of foreign capital. Last year, Japan's Canon, South Korea's Samsung, and 10 other world-renowned enterprises left China. The American hard disk giant Seagate left China even earlier than that. In 2017, it announced to shut down its Suzhou plant, its largest production base, and offered all its employees compensation of 2 months' pay. According to Seagate, the closure of the Suzhou plant is part of its global strategic adjustments against the backdrop of low demand in the computer market and a rapid decline in HDD hard disk shipments. Was it true? Seagate, a US-based company, has been in Suzhou since 2003 and has been operating there for 14 years. Why did it decide to leave? It's actually because the Suzhou Tax Bureau collected 1.5 billion yuan in so-called tax omissions from Seagate over 2 years, breaking Microsoft China's record of 840 million yuan in back taxes. The Chinese government claims Seagate evaded taxes from 2007 to 2013. Seagate demanded evidence from the Suzhou Tax Department and said it was willing to show all operating records to prove its innocence. The Suzhou tax authorities couldn't produce any evidence, so they used various tactics to force Seagate to comply, and eventually collected 1.5 billion yuan or 225 million in back taxes, a record high at the time. The authorities also forced Seagate to sign an APA agreement. Seagate chose to build a factory in Suzhou because of the favorable conditions offered by the Suzhou government. The Suzhou government offered a set of investment contracts including tax incentives, and Seagate decided to make the Suzhou factory its largest production base in the world. According to the newly signed APA Advanced Tax Agreement, the Suzhou Tax Department would increase the value-added tax and enterprise income tax by about 400 million yuan a year, which was completely contrary to the local investment contract Seagate signed when it invested here. Seagate could only sigh. The world's most untrustworthy government was the Suzhou government, and it has no credibility to speak of. In the end, Seagate knew that the Suzhou government wouldn't allow it to take away its production equipment before the APA expired, so it had to swallow the pain and leave all the equipment behind, pull out of Suzhou at all costs, and move its factory to Thailand, suffering heavy losses. Seagate didn't relocate its production base to other Chinese cities, suggesting that it's already wary of China's investment environment. Seagate launched an expansion plan for its Korat factory in Thailand in 2015, investing 470 million to increase its production capacity by half, and has launched 8 new projects over the past decade, investing nearly 2 billion and employing more than 16,400 people. If Seagate had stayed in Suzhou, it would have solved the employment problem of 16,000 families. In China, power is greater than the law. The practice of killing the goose that lays the golden eggs has been adopted throughout the country to solve the local fiscal problems. It has ruined the business environment built up in China over the past 3 decades.